the gods want us to be like this.
The crocodile, the representation of the reptilian is there. You go into Europe, and the Illuminati created cathedrals like Notre Dame in Paris. You've got the stately homes of the aristocracy, etc., with the gargoyles, the reptilian figures. It's been in our face, but we just somehow have had a blind spot to see it.
We human beings have idolized the reptile since the very supposed birth of our history. Go even further, much further. What was the creature which was honored by the ancient Greeks in their Delphic oracle? The python. What is the creature that stands next to the figures of the goddess Athena? The python. No matter where you look, go to China, where I once went. Who are the principal characters who brought wisdom to humankind? Creatures, part snake and part human being. One of whom I remember correctly was called Nu, a word which occurs also in Africa, and her brother was Kua, and sometimes it's turned into one creature, Nukwa, she. Everywhere we human beings have sacrificed our dignity as a species and attributed great intellect and great glory to reptiles, tortoises, turtles, lizards, snakes. Why? And even now, our fascination with the reptile and the amphibian has not stopped. In fact, it's growing. The popularity of all those dinosaurs in cartoon as well as in serious form.
Interesting, David Icke said, Nostradamus Cathedral. They saved the crown of thorns for the Son of Man. Lucky that didn't burn down in the fire. So what I'm doing here, I'm just putting some pieces together from my other few videos because I had so many views on Antichrist that I have to reveal what I was doing, because I know I'm a very puzzling guy to work out, and just going into that, showing that clip that I'm going into a surgery because it's the first time I've been under surgery where I had a date booked for me, okay? Because all my other events has been just accidents and this and that. And so then because I've died before, no, more than once, and that I was going to use this as a tool, but they took me to that white room, but we're going to go into that later, and I feel that's why they subliminally had that 2020, and then I came aware with that those coins coming out of Trump 2020, and then the other one was there was this video what came out at the same time when I realised this, and it was a clip of Trump, and it was like a dome kind of shape, and there's these other turban guys standing with him, and they've all got their hand on this white dome, okay? And that's like where I'm saying I've been inside that white room, okay? And they took me there on that operation where I was gonna, I thought, okay, I'll be on that, I'll be out of my body, so I'll be in the constant state, I can go and like, but it'll, because I went there wearing, you know, like I announced that I'll wear the name the Antichrist. I'll put it out there. I'll take whatever blame is what it throw at me. And then it just reverted like that, and I came back here. And so I'm just putting some pieces together. And
event for me. These medical hiccups had cost me tens of thousands of dollars in hospital bills. The last thing I wanted to do was return to my body and spend another few years digging my way out of medical debt.
Commodity we are.
As I
They
stood
look at
there
us as
before the
cattle.
council of elders, luminous beings of light, who are sometimes called the lords of karma, I was completely enveloped by their love.
Karma is
I
so true.
realized then that these beings saw the purity of my heart and my willingness to serve. Not only that, I realized that I had stood before them many times before. This was the very same council that had sent me down to earth. I remember that too. They knew exactly who I was and what I had come to do, even if I couldn't remember. My life was part of a greater plan, standing in the blaze of their love. I also realized that I had been taught to judge myself far too harshly. Growing up in a perfectionist family and a judgmental religion,
They're
I had
called
developed
regrets,
a
they
strong
hold you
inner
back.
critic that was constantly picking apart at what was wrong with me. But these incredible beings were not judging me. They loved me so unconditionally. It was who I was that was judging myself. I realized then the things that mattered most about our life are: who loved you? Who did you love? Who helped you? Who did you help?
So true.
What positive difference did your life make as you passed through this world? Hi, Cody. These are the most
Cody knows it's true too.
These are the most powerful matters in any life. In heaven, no one cares whether you drive a new car, how pretty you look, or how much money that you have in the bank. They only care about the purity of the heart. This is the gold of heaven. This assembly of wise beings knew that I had spent my life in service to the divine, and they bathed me in waves of appreciation and love for how well I had done. I am tired, I telegraphed back to them. I just want to come home. Then they asked me a question that changed my life. What will happen to all of those souls you said that you would help if you return home now? I contemplated this question in silence, and I realized that each of us makes a contract before we ever came to earth. We each have certain things that we want to accomplish, challenges that we have agreed to take, people we want to help, and tasks we are committed to finishing. This may be as simple as inspiring others with your voice, your dance, or the kindness in your heart. It could involve raising children, saving animals, protecting the land, or fighting for justice, equality, or freedom. It could mean discovering new medicine, bringing forth ancient teachings, helping the elderly, or standing up for the rights. I saw, while each of us has our own karmic challenges, we also have a purpose, a dharmic purpose, something that is larger than us, a spiritual purpose, if only we step forward to claim it. I knew in that moment I would return to earth and complete my mission. From the perspective of heaven, 50 years on earth is but a blink of an eye. And whatever we do not complete in one life, we will return to do in another. If we let circumstances defeat us or cash in our chips too soon, We'll regret it when we reach the other side. The next thing that I knew, I woke up in the intensive care unit. Let me say that even though I had made the decision to return, it was hard for me to want to come back. This was a beautiful place, and in fact, I had no desire to live at all when I returned. Like many of us who have touched the hem of heavens, once we are back from the dead, the celestial realms, this 3D world seems very unimportant. From this higher perspective, we realize that every one of us will achieve enlightenment one day, though it may take millions of years for some, 1 billion or more for others. From this perspective, we know that our loved ones back on earth will make it, even if we are removed from the equation. However, as I stood there before the luminous council of elders, I knew that when we decide to come back to earth, we make soul contract. This contract is intertwined with all of those people around us. So if we leave the body before it's time, we will affect many others. Our lives do matter, not only to us, but to other members of our spiritual family who have agreed to do this with us. Through this experience, I came to be a friend of death. I realized that dying is but a doorway to a golden
Why can't I go back anymore? Oh no, it was still running. Oh, sorry, I didn't know it was running. Just the name of the video. Just trying to, gosh. Okay, you're being like that. Spiritual immortality.
Now these beings,
When they came down and they found these ones, they were just like how when I said I walked to heaven. Well, I can't really say I walked to heaven in a sense. There was no name there, okay? I walked to another world. And these 1, 2, 3, 4 were the last ones I had to pass. Well, that's why I put it, because they were the last beings. It's like how they say, walk through the valley of death and feel no evil. Okay? I got there from positive love.
In other words,
But
a shape.
how it says in the book,
Said
He loves
it
all
is
creations, great and small.
that the people